Hey, what's up, YouTubers? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer55551, and I am back with a video game review. And for this one, I'm doing a review of the game I wanted to do in October, but a lot of things came up and kind of held me back from doing it. So I apologize for this late one, though, but it's one that I wanted to do. But considering all my stuff has now been taken care of, it's the one I wanted to do, and that is a review of Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus for the PS4, also available on PC, Xbox One, and coming soon to Nintendo Switch, hopefully though. And if you're wondering, this is the cover, this is from the Collector's Edition, which I did an unboxing. I'll have a link in the description on that one. Also some gameplay if you want to check that out though. Like Doom, Wolfenstein is also a series I have some respect for. While I'm not the most die-hard Wolfenstein fan or the most die-hard FPS person, I do hold that with high regards. Like Doom is some of the granddaddy of all FPS shooters that have come out. I remember playing I think the original one at a friend's house on a Macintosh. I think a Macintosh Performance 450. Yes, that's what they were called before IMAX came out and so on. So I remember playing that one and maybe a little bit of Return to Castle Wolfenstein when that came out on the PS2, although I heard Tide of War I think was a bit better on the original Xbox. Then I didn't get a chance to play the 2009 Wolfenstein though. I really would have liked to play that one. But I did get a chance to play Wolfenstein The New Order when that came out in 2014, and to me, I enjoyed that game. It had that fun single-player experience, and it was over-the-top, guilty pleasure type of gameplay. And now, a couple of years later, I think it's 2014, 3 years later, or now, the sequel, The New Colossus, came out. And while it's not going to change a whole lot in terms of gameplay experience, since it plays kind of similar to what The New Order was, it's still a fantastic and fun FPS shooter, and it's definitely worth checking it out if you get a chance. So why don't we get started with the pros and cons. So we'll start first with the pros. The first one I will say is single player. You probably know this by now, I'm big on the single player game, and this really shows right here. This game is over the top, just like the predecessor though. Going in, you could choose to go stealthy or gung-ho though. I try to mix it up with a little bit of both though, but it's just frantic, fun, over the top, completely out there experience though, and it still holds true to it. I mean, I love the gunplay in the game though. It's just fun and satisfying, especially when you get to hold two dual wielding guns, whether it's those machine guns or shotguns right there, and fighting the Nazi enemies in the game. So it's really a very fun single player experience, and that's the kind of games that I'm into. So I really enjoy the single player experience in this game. The next one I do want to point out is that the game runs pretty well though. Just to let you know, I have a base PS4. I don't have like the PS4 Pro or anything like that. But even with the base PS4 Pro, I saw the game ran perfectly fine to me, and it looked like it ran at 1080p at 60 frames per second, although I could be wrong on that. But for the most part, the game ran very well on my base PS4. So it's a really, game runs well for me though. I'm sure it might run probably better on a PC and all that stuff, but I'm basing this off of my PS4. But overall, it runs perfectly fine on the PS4. And last but not least is the story, and I actually like the story though. It's very chilling, but very interesting at the same time, showing a world where what if the Nazis won World War II? And as a Jewish person, that is kind of a little bit scary, to be exact. But it's just very interesting and weird. It's like that whole alternate history though. Though it kind of brings back memories of like other alternate history books that have come out, even ones on that's been on TV, like Amazon Prime's The Man in the High Castle. Though you kind of get a little bit of that vibe to it there too. Others like Harry Turtle does boast, like what if the Confederacy won the American Civil War and so on. So it adds that little alternate history feel to it though. But it's still very interesting to see all that stuff. So as far as story goes, I really enjoy the story a lot though. Alright, we're going to take a bit of a break, and when we come back, I do have a con. It's only a minor con. I only have one that I could think of, though, but it's still one worth pointing out, though, nevertheless. So, we'll take a bit of a break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with part 2 of our review of, if I can get it out, Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus for the PS4, though. So now that, excuse me, so now that I gave you the pros, why don't I get started with the cons? And quite frankly, I really only have one con to give for this game, though. And the only con I could think of, at least based on my time with the game, though, would have to be that there really is no multiplayer mode in the game, though. This is basically a single player experience, though, and for some people that might be a good thing, that might be a bad thing, though. So depending on your point of view, either that's going to be an issue for you or a non-issue. Personally, for me, since I don't have a problem if they put in a multiplayer mode in the game, though, but I'm more of a single player kind of a person. I prefer those single player experience, though. So to me, it's not a big deal for me, but I can understand why other people might have an issue with the fact that this is a single player only game. But overall, that's really the only high negative I could think about the game, though. So either if multiplayer is your kind of thing, you may want to look someplace else because you're not going to find it here on the Wolfenstein 2, though. You may have to take a look at Doom or maybe the other games that are big on multiplayer, like Call of Duty or Overwatch or anything like that. So you're gonna have to look at those type of games, though. Overall, I have to say I really do enjoy Wolfenstein: The New Colossus, though. It's a fun, guilty pleasure type of a game. It's over the top, though, and I definitely love the gameplay in the game. I definitely love the gameplay, the story itself, the whole alternate history if the Nazis won World War II. So it's definitely a fun game nevertheless, though, and it's definitely a recommendation if you have a PS4, though, or if Xbox One or PC is your type as well. It's also going to be very interesting to see how the Switch version turns out, though, even though Panic Button's working on that version. Though, if I had to take a wild guess, the most likely scenario, although I could be wrong, the most likely scenario is that the game probably is going to run at 720p, 30 frames per second. But we'll have to wait and see until we see official gameplay what that looks like. But overall, it's definitely a fun game. I enjoy Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. And I do want to say thank you for Bethesda for 2 reasons to be exactly, though. I'm not saying Bethesda is perfect. They're not perfect all the time. But I do want to thank them on the fact that, one, they are willing to stick around and still make single-player games at a time when we have EA doing that whole game for Surface BS, though. So I'm glad that they are still sticking with single-player games, though. And I'm glad also they did not bow into the controversy when people made a big deal over them putting up a tweet saying, "Make America Nazi-free again," though. I mean, seriously, you're making a big deal out of that. I mean, if you're making a big deal over a tweet about saying "Make America Nazi-free again," though, then I hate to say this, but you have serious issues to be exact, though. So, but either way, glad that Bethesda is still making single-player games. I hope they continue to do so. I hope this game does well, not only on the PS4 and Xbox One and PC, but hopefully it does well when it does come out to the Nintendo Switch. Would love to see a Wolfenstein 3 happen. I hope it does, though, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. But overall, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus is a good game, and it's definitely a recommendation, though. Okay, this concludes this video review of Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus for the PS4. And again, these are my opinion. What are yours? What are your thoughts about Wolfenstein 2? Have you picked up the game yet? Have you not picked up the game yet? Have you enjoyed it? Have you had issues with it? Or do you just hate the game? Exactly. Which version did you decide to pick up? Did you get the PS4 version? Or did you decide to get the Xbox One or PC version? Or are you one of those waiting to see how the Nintendo Switch version is going to look like? Do you agree with what I said in this video? Do you disagree? Do you have a difference of opinion? As always, sound off on the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And I, excuse me. And I hope you hit that like button. I would appreciate it. And I hope you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, feel free to share this video if you want to. And feel free to donate to my channel if you like. You can do it through PayPal me or Patreon. Links will be in the description of this video. It's almost evening here in Southern California. I have the windows closed to get good lights though. And I'll be getting ready for bed soon. And so I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that'll be soon. Until then, from Southern California, I wish you all a good evening then. Bye!